Ladies and gents, folks out in YouTube land, welcome back. It is going to be a great day here. Here bright and early. Been coming in earlier and earlier. Whoops, bumping into stuff. Because we're really busy. So I'm trying to just get stuff done whenever I can, and just tends to be the morning lately. So it's going to be a busy day, and we're going to have lots of fun. Let me show you what we've been working on. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 90% sure that this bike is cursed because, my goodness, has it been giving us problems. So, the engine, it's missing again. We put it in, and on the ground, transmission seems like it shifts fine, all that good stuff. Went to start it, the kickstart wasn't returning. So, engine in that box, fresh gasket kit, going back to the engine builder, and he's got to fix that. So hopefully the next time we put it in, it'll be the last time. But man, this bike, speaking of cursed bikes, this bike, so this one is almost done, just like it's been for 6 months. I put the last part on it, and then I find something else wrong. This one we thought we had all dialed in, ended up putting new fork tubes on it, steering head bearings while we're in there, and then I put new brakes on it just for good measure, because I kind of have this bike sold. I have somebody that wants to buy it, and man, I just, what a pain in the butt. Long story short, I took it on a test ride. It was not running as well as I think it should, and I believe the culprit here is the intake boots. So I have new ones on the way. Hopefully they'll get here soon. But this bike, we've done so much work to this bike, and I've had it for a pretty long time. I'm ready to say goodbye. The CB450 I've been working on. This bike actually is turning out to be a pretty sweet little bike. We got it running good and all that stuff, but the intake boots were kind of shot on this one as well, so I got brand new ones. Got to put those things on. This gas tank is got dents and scratches, and it's all messed up, and it's been relined already, and I believe they didn't clean it before they relined it. They just relined over the rust. No good. But the owner just bought one on eBay. Not the one that I wanted him to buy, but he bought one. So we're going to clean that one and reline that one and try to make it work on the bike. Cool. XR650R, just waiting on some more parts. Got a full system exhaust on the way. Pretty excited about that. This bike here, missing an engine, much like the RM. This engine's over at the engine builders as well. He was having a hard time sourcing one of the parts, so I got to get with him and see what's really going on with that thing. That's just the showroom bikes, eh? Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff back here that we're working on. The H1 here, got to do fork seals on this one today. Got her all torn apart already. Few more parts on the way for this thing, but this bike should be done, I'm hoping, in the next week. That's an ambitious goal, but I think it's realistic. V-Star 250, I haven't done a darn thing with that. That Honda, let me get this stuff out of here. I want to show you this Honda. I got this yesterday. Just shaping up to be a beautiful day here. We kind of skipped spring and went right into summer. Well, yeah, and my old Harley-Stevenson Softail Custom. I haven't done much with this, but I did just get new spark plugs for it, so I want to see how she runs with those things in there, because it didn't sound the best, and the spark plugs looked not very good. So still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this bike. I had planned on building a chopper out of it, but man, life sure is getting in the way right now. Big progress made. New fork seals in the old H1 here. Pretty awesome. And I just got a shipment of parts in for it, so hopefully our new Speedo cable will be long enough. The issue with this one is these motorcycles, normally the caliper is mounted here. So the cable just runs right down to there. But this one has a dual disc front end on it. Kind of trick for the day and age. But the Speedo cable just not long enough to make it. So hopefully with the new one it'll make it. And then Jeffrey is over here doing the fork seals on the mighty 1993 CR500. This is Jeremy McGrath's first year winning on a 250, first year 250 CR 93s. These things are going up in value big time. These are the next collectibles, boys. I know, everyone's like, that's crazy, it's not that old. Well, guess what? We're all getting old, and a lot of people think this stuff is cool and they're willing to pay for it. So we'll take it. So the old 93 CR, got brand new fork seals in there, no more leakies. I even got a new air filter for it because why not? But working away, Jeff is working on the CB450 now. New intake boots going on that one. And then over here, just put these bad boys in the oven. Those are the side covers for the 76 Triumphs. So we're plugging away here, and Damon doesn't work on Saturdays, but he stopped by on one of his bikes, and it's one of my favorite ones that he has, so I figured I'd show you guys. All right, Damon, so tell us about this motorcycle.
This is an 84 ZX750 Turbo. When I got it, it was pretty nice, but of course I had to do a bunch of other stuff to it to make it nicer. And it's got 12,000 original miles on it, and I try and keep it in better than new condition.
Now, has this one been in any shows or anything like that?
Yeah, it's won its class in a couple of classic Japanese bike shows.
Okay, I can see why. Very, very clean. Now, you kind of have a thing for these bikes, don't you?
I do. I've got 3 of them all together. I've got this one, and I've got another one, which I shouldn't have taken all apart, but I did. It's an 85.
An 85.
I was going to completely restore it, but it's and kind of maybe do a kind of a pro street thing out of it with modern suspension and brakes and wheels and tires and all that. And then I also have a really rare one, which is also an 84, and it needs everything, but I've acquired everything to restore it. And it's the first one ever made. It's VIN number 00001.
VIN number 1.
It's in my garage right now.
That is going to be pretty awesome.
It's pretty rough, but I've got pretty much everything in multiples, new OEM in the box. Tanks, bearings, tail sections.
Yeah, but
side panels,
when Damon says rough, it's not as rough as like I expected it to be. Like when I think rough, I think like some of the crap that I get, but it's not that rough. But it's just, nowhere near this.
It only has 7,000 miles on it, but it was a street bike in New York State that someone apparently didn't realize what they had, and they kind of crashed it at parking lot speed a couple of times. Both mufflers are scraped up here, and foot pegs are scraped up, and mid aluminum part of the fairing is scraped up. So, but it's just been, you could tell it was just parking lot speed.
Gotcha.
5 mile an hour, it tipped over somehow.
And your plan is to restore that one?
To where it looks like this.
Are you going to start that project after you move?
I am.
Gotcha. Is that your next big project that you're going to do?
Yep, I think so, yeah. That would be my next big project for sure. But hopefully I'll have enough space that I can do a couple of projects at a time. You can do something on one, and then you're waiting for parts or waiting for a service or something, some painting or plating or whatever, and then you can be working on the other one.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, that'll be pretty awesome. But yeah, thanks for showing it to us. The people always love to see your motorcycles, and
yeah, I like the first year of everything. In this case, 84, then my 73 Z1 and my 91 Pomoda and all that.
Yeah.
The first year of everything, and I like to keep them to where they're a little better than they actually were back in the day.
And low VIN number.
Low VIN number when I can, yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, guys, we are just wrapping up here for the day. But my day is not over yet. I have a customer who I did a bike for probably a month or two ago. And he's like, he asked me if I bought bikes, and I said, of course. And he goes, well, I happen to have a bike that never ridden. He inherited it. I think he's probably scared to ride it, which is understandable because it is a 1985 CR500. So I'm gonna go take a look at it, and hopefully we can buy that thing. Well, boys and girls, on another adventure up in the mountains here, and believe it or not, this is a road. I just hope no one comes the other way, because that's going to get real tight real quick. Well, guys, we can say it's a legitimate barn find because it was in that barn right there. Now it's in my truck. It is always an adventure back here in the mountains to get these bikes. I don't know if you can see how sketchy this bridge is right here. Yep, kind of just hit the gas a little bit over it and pray that we make it. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you in on one of the biggest secrets, trade secrets ever. When you're bringing home a new motorcycle and you're coming home late because it's dinner time, stop and get your wife sushi. She won't even ask about this. It'll just be about the sushi. Flowers work too, but sushi works really good. All right, ladies and gents, the sun is going down, but I made it home with this awesome 1985 CR500. Don't even ask me how many of these CR500s I own right now because it's a lot. But I'm really stoked on this one. We're gonna have to check it out a little bit closer in the light, but it also came with factory service manual, all kinds of paperwork, and I love that. It's like a bonus. But yeah, let's check her out in the light. Well, good morning, ladies and gents. It got a little dark on us last night, and this bike is just too cool not to really show you. Not to mention, I wanted to look at it in the light myself. And one of my favorite things already is the Camel Supercross sticker. How awesome is that? Got a Pro Circuit pipe on here. Platinum. All the other CR500s I've ever had always have FMF pipes on it. Honestly, I was hoping this one would have a stock exhaust on it, but no such luck. As far as condition goes, I don't know. I think it's in pretty decent condition for stock 1985. Obviously, this cover here is all the paint's almost gone off of it, so that's not awesome. Little boot rub on the frame, but overall, nothing crazy. I do believe, and I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that the 85s had gold wheels. I could be wrong. The last 85 that I had was all set up for hill climbing, so nothing was stock. This one, a little bit more stock. Plastics appear to be stock. Just some cool stickers on here. But radiators are stock. That's good. This one was made in 10 of 1984. But it's 85 model, obviously. The liquid cooled first year. Fuel line is just invisible on this one. Swing arms in pretty good shape. For a rider bike, not too bad, not too bad. OG Skin sticker on there. You guys remember those? I remember in middle school I had some of their t-shirts for sure. Well, yeah, Pro Circuit pipe with the old DG silencer on there. Another thing that I noticed, some of the parts appear to be a little shinier than they would have been stock. That top triple tree, I think somebody did some polishing on this bike at one time, which, you know, whatever, makes it pretty cool looking if that's what you're into. Then we got the old 89 over here just to keep it company. And I was kind of trying to check out some of the differences. The pipe, big difference. Swing arm. The 89's got a rear disc, obviously. The old drum ski on the 85. After I made the deal on the bike, the guy goes, "Oh, I got a box of other parts." And wouldn't you know, in the box of parts, new old stock clutch cover with the water pump. So this is what always goes bad on the 85s. Even got a gasket there for it too. I don't know if that one is bad or not. I haven't taken it apart, but having extra parts on hand, definitely awesome. I don't know what all this stuff is, just a bunch of randoms. And then there's some Yamaha parts in there as well. But we love new old stock. And then the factory 85 service manual, shop manual. Come on. These things are always awesome to have. Oh yeah, and then a random carb sink, which we have one of those, but never hurts to have another. Alrighty, ladies and gents, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you happen to be new, please subscribe while you're here. Hit the like button, that always helps. And let me know what you guys think of my awesome 1985 CR500. I am addicted to these things. I chase 500s any chance I get. And we're definitely going to be buying more. So see you on the next one.